Have you ever felt stuck in silence with someone you care about? No fight anymore, no yelling, just distance and a heavy heart. Maybe you've been there before, not knowing how to break the quiet or afraid that reaching out would make things worse. But what if the answer isn't found in grand gestures, but in something as simple as a kind word? This week's Korean proverb says, "A kind word can repay 1,000 debts." I want to share a story of how one sentence changed everything. Melissa and her younger sister used to be close. They shared laughter over eating snacks, secrets whispered on long calls late into the night. They were more than sisters. They were friends. Until one day words were exchanged, hurtful ones. And then the silence began. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Neither one reaching out, both waiting for the other to say something first. Pride, hurt, stubbornness, all mixed in a heavy silence. One morning, Melissa sat sipping her tea, mind lost in thought. She opened a book, hoping to find an answer, a way to mend the broken bridge between them, and that's when she read, "A kind word can repay 1,000 debts." The words hit her like a revelation. She closed the book, sat still. For the first time in months, she let her heart speak louder than her ego. She didn't write a long apology. She didn't bring up the past or make promises she couldn't keep. She simply typed, "Thinking of you. I hope you're doing well." That's it. No explanation, no expectations, just kindness. An hour later, her phone buzzed. Her sister replied, "I miss you too." The wall that had stood between them, built brick by painful brick of silence, started to crack. Healing didn't come all at once, but it started. Because of one kind word, Melissa realized sometimes mending a broken relationship doesn't need a grand gesture, just a sincere start. How often do we wait for the perfect words, the right moment to reach out, to express our feelings or mend a broken bond? We overthink apologies, crafting the perfect sentence in our heads. But sometimes the most powerful thing we can say is simply, "I see you. I'm thinking of you. I care." These three little sentences hold immense power. They express your genuine feelings without any hidden agenda, just a sincere desire to connect. They acknowledge the other person's existence, showing that you haven't forgotten about them or their importance in your life. By saying these words, you're offering a lifeline, an invitation to reconnect, to open up and share their feelings too. Think about someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe a friend you've lost touch with, a family member you've been meaning to check up on, or a loved one who could use a kind word. Send them a message, a text, a note, or even a simple card with one of these phrases. Don't wait for the perfect timing. Just be sincere. Let your words reflect your genuine care and concern. You don't have to wait for an occasion. You can reach out simply because you thought of them and wanted to say hello. We often underestimate the power of a simple hello. We assume that big gestures or grand speeches are needed to make a significant impact. However, sometimes it's the smallest acts of kindness that create the most profound change. Sending a kind message doesn't require a lot of effort, yet it can brighten someone's day and make them feel valued and cared for. It can also open the door to reconnecting with someone you haven't spoken to in a while. By expressing your interest in their well-being, you're inviting them to share their life updates, their joys and challenges. This can lead to a renewed friendship or a deeper understanding of someone you thought you knew. So this week, challenge yourself to be the first one to reach out. Let your kindness be the catalyst for a meaningful connection. You never know how much your simple words might mean to the other person. When we reach out with kindness, we not only brighten someone else's day, but we also enrich our own lives. The warmth and satisfaction that come from knowing we've made a positive impact can be a wonderful feeling. So take a moment to think about those in your life who could use a kind word and let your heart guide your message. You don't need grand gestures, just a sincere, "Hello, I'm thinking of you. How are you?" This week, let's make an effort to connect with at least one person simply because we can. Let's be the spark that rekindles connections and spreads kindness. Who knows? Our small act of kindness might just ripple into something beautiful and meaningful. Do you have an experience that has helped you in a tough time? Share it below. Remember to subscribe to this channel and the free weekly newsletter to grow together at kickyourlife.com. Thank you for watching. See you in the following video. Thanks for watching.